Wide knees, don't move them, but wide knees, right, help your posture. And posture for most people, we'll turn side on a little bit. Right, we'll turn really side on, now it turns filming. Right, posture for most people is this. That's the way we think of posture. Yeah? Okay. The problem when you're the person inside the guard is that arch in your back is exactly what my heels are going to pull into. Because, like, it's a little cave there. Right? So, when I'm sitting here like this, we'll turn a little more this way. Like this, right? That's where my heels are going to sit and pull in and exacerbate that arch in your back. Right? And the wide knees do nothing to save you because they are wide and stabilize you this way. Yeah? Like if his legs got wider and wider and wider and wider, all it's doing is increasing his lateral stability, but that's not where I am. I'm in front of him. Yeah? So if he was stand up, if he was squatting, yeah, which is exactly the same thing, yeah, and I was here, right, and knowing what we know about balance, is going wider helping this plane? No, it might help this plane, so bring your feet together, there, right? So see what he did? Open them up, wider, wider, wider. Right, so it's helping his lateral stability, right, but it does nothing this way, yeah, right? So what does he have to do? Same thing, don't move your feet, save yourself. No, don't move your feet, save yourself. Just put your hand on the floor. See? So what do you do from the guard? Same thing, right? So when we're here like this, and he has this posture of wide knees and arching his back, that's playing into my game. That's helping me get my heels closer to my butt, okay? And it's not helping him with his forwards backwards balance. If he closes his knees just move forwards a little bit, right? So now he's starting to get more balance this way just by closing his knees. And he's holding my hips. Because with his hips out a little bit, I can use my hips to mess with his base. Because I can move my hips inside his legs and then pull him to the corners. If he uses his knees to hold me, that stops me doing that. Now he's controlling me from inside the guard. Right? Okay? The same as, remember, mount and guard are the same. So when I'm underneath the mount, I'm using my legs to mess with my opponent. He's doing exactly the same thing. No different. Right? And then he curls his hips. When he curls his hips, and if you do it again slowly, and turn if you can see that. Look at where my heel, I'm not changing my heels, but watch his lower back push my feet away from him. That's not me doing that. And if he kept going, it would do this, right? So, like, if he arches his back towards me, the traditional way of doing it, my heels get closer to my butt and get stronger, right? When he's using his lower back to push out, it's moving my heels away from it, and I've got no bite into his lower back anymore. Now if I try and pull him, I just do a sit-up. Yeah? Right? So, when we're talking about the person from the guard dragging the arm, it's devastating to somebody who uses their hands as their balance. If you don't do this correctly with your body, and you're using your hands to stop yourself falling forwards, when I drag your arm across, it's catastrophic for you. The whole building comes down. If he's doing the correct thing with his knees and his hips, and I do that, nothing happens. Yeah? Right? So, the better your posture inside the guard, then the less vulnerable you are to this move. Yeah? Right? But 99% of people are not going to be doing this. Yeah? Right? So just, I don't like providing the kryptonite and Superman at the same time. Right? Okay? The solution and the problem. Right? But it takes a while. It's very hard to remember when you're in the middle of the fight, especially as fight boss. There's a lot going on. I could do this with my hips, I could do this with my knees. There's checklists going on. There's some guy trying to kick your butt. Yeah, right? So that will make it more difficult. Yeah, so if you get basic script like this all the time, yeah, then it's not an arm strength problem. It's not like I need to grab his grip stronger, I need to do, it's nothing to do with your upper body at all. Yeah, right? Or nothing above your nipples anyway. Yeah, it's all to do with the shape of your hips and the width of your knees and how you're using your pelvis. Yeah, cool. So go back, have a look at it again. But also, because we did this at BBC, we did it on Thursday night, we primarily just looked at hip positioning inside the guard and from the guard perspective. Yeah, how to break their posture and move them around using your hips. Right? So it's very simple stuff, but remember, almost every athletic movement is dictated by everything between your knees and your nipples. I can't say breasts, but do we have breasts? I guess we have breasts. But anyway, you've probably got breasts. So from your knees to your chest, there we go, I'll say chest. Knees to chest, right? I just like the alliteration of knees and nipples. Anyway, obsession with nipples, right? But that's weird, like below here is not power, it's dexterity. Yeah, right, okay. Same from here down, this is all dexterity, it's not power. If you want power, you use your elbows. Yeah, knee people, like that's what Thai boxing loves that. Yeah, right, okay, because it's power driven, right? And so when you're thinking about the movement that you want to do with your body, you have to decide, like, what part of my body is best for it. Yeah, a little skinny bit, like that's the dexterity, it's not really for power. If you want to use power, you use your thighs and glutes and hips and everything through your elbows. Yeah, and this here is like when you're making frames, as close to your elbow as possible because like no one's breaking your humerus with their body. Yeah, right? Okay. If you're trying to frame with your wrists like this, he's just going to kill you. Like he's right on the end of the lever there. Yeah, right? If I move the lever to there, now lean on nothing. Right? But you have to go to do both. Sometimes you will get caught here and you have to go, okay, so how do I make the best of the situation? Well, not by pushing with my wrist. I leave my wrist still and I move my elbow under his chin. And then now I can start to use it better like that. Not trying to push my hand away. I leave my hand where it is because it's stuck and I'm going to use my elbow to do the movement. Yeah, right? Anyway, back to the basics quick. As the person inside, try and use your hips to counter it a little bit. It'll help a lot. 23.